Hey, what's up, guys? I found this the other day. Uh, Final Fantasy X11. I don't know what that is, but I'm pretty sure it's a large number. Yeah, I never played it. I never played this game whatsoever. I'll prove it to you. Completely clean. Everything's still in here. Yeah, this is. Jesus, look how fucking thick that booklet is. You don't get shit as thick as that anymore. Square Enix. God damn. Remember the days, dudes? Remember the days when games looked like fucking this? Those days are gone, man. Those days are gone. Anyway, today I'm gonna talk about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That had nothing to do with what I was gonna talk about. Kind of random. But, you know, whatever. It's my fucking video, man. I can do what I want. Yeah, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, ever since I first heard about the Marvel Cinematic Universe way back in 2008 when I went to see the Hulk in theaters and the last, kind of end credit scene with Tony Stark and General Ross, I've just been fucking waiting for the Avengers. Every movie that came out, I was like, one step closer, bitches, one step closer. Pretty much after the Iron Man, I didn't give a shit about any other movie because the other movies aren't that great. They're good, but they're not that great, to be honest. The Avengers, though, when it came out, I was like, yes, the Avengers! And I watched it, and I was like, yes, this is such a fucking brilliant movie. And then Phase 2 started, and I was slowly waiting for the Avengers 2, and then I went to see Iron Man and shit, and, I love that movie, and it just got me kind of thinking about this whole universe and just what this universe can do. Because, pretty much it's just been movies tied together with short little, segments, and then the Avengers kind of just ties it all together to show, yep, they all exist in the same universe. Boosh. But it got me thinking, in the comics, in the comics, usually these comics are the same. The comics, they're separate comics, are tied together by a cameo here or a cameo there, or little, references to each other in their respective comic series. But then it got me thinking even more. What happens in comic books? You can literally, I believe, there was like, I don't know, a decade of Spider-Man, not a decade, it was a very long story arc, where basically everything in fucking Peter Parker's life as Spider-Man just crumbled. And then it turned out it was all in like this alternate dimension, and like in the real dimension, Mary Jane didn't die, and Harry was still there, and that just got me thinking. You can kill people in this universe. Tony Stark could die. Fucking, anybody could die in this universe, and it wouldn't matter, because what happens? What happened when Peter Parker died in the Spider-Man comics? They brought him back. Or they didn't bring him back, sorry. They got somebody new in. What happens in the Avengers comics? They bring their fucking kids. I believe there actually was a whole comic book story arc centered around the Avengers kids. What does this mean? What does this mean for this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe? Does it mean that it's basically comic book on screen? Can they do this? I mean, there's already been talks that they're going to bring in Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, I believe, for Avengers 2, so I'm like, whoa, okay, this is crazy, I'm pretty sure, and if they don't do this, I'll be fucking pissed, that they could kill somebody. It adds that depth, it adds that this isn't your average movie, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they could even have a balls-out move, and when Downey Jr. decides to leave, they could just do a fucking one-around 80 and kill him. They could kill him. And then just have somebody else take on the stance. Maybe his kid. Maybe, it's a movie in the future, he's old and shit, and they decide to kill him. And maybe in the Avengers too, he's like this old, kind of beaten down, Dark Knight Rises kind of thing, where he's just, he's kind of given up being Iron Man for a while, and then they bring him back to the Avengers 2 and kick ass and shit. There's so many possibilities to do with this universe. Even Guardians of the Galaxy, way on the other end of the universe, and Iron Man was in that, so, it's connected in that way. I'm so excited for They said there's only going to be 3 phases, but I highly doubt that they're just going to throw money out the window like that and stop there. I do believe that this kind of thing, this has the possibility to keep going. This could be like James Bond. This whole series, this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe series, could go on forever because of the unlimited amount of stories they could tell, because of the unlimited amount of characters they could bring in, because when one character dies, one can take its place. Yeah, there's so much potential in this series, and I'm really excited to see where they go with this to new and bigger heights. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Marvel should stop it at Phase 3? Do you guys think that they should take more risks? Do you think they should kill some of the characters? Do you think they should just take a big risk and maybe kill a character in his own solo movie or her own solo movie? What do you guys think of this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe in general? What do you guys think should happen? What characters do you think these guys should bring in? I really want to hear your suggestions. For me, I'm not sure. I want to see where. I just want to get through Phase 2, get to the Avengers 2, and just then I think I'll have a pretty good idea of what they can do after seeing everybody's kind of second outing, and then the Avengers 2, everyone's just big second outing, and Thanos, of course. Then I think I'll have a pretty good idea of what, pretty much just what they can do with this entire thing. But to me, it just seems like Marvel have finally just had this whole idea of putting a comic book on screen, and so far, I don't think they're using it to their full potential. They really can too. They really can use it to just fuck with people. Just take that stereotype away. If they won't kill a hero in their own movie, they won't kill the heroes, they won't kill, all this. So yeah. Also, the Justice League, with Man of Steel, it's going to start the whole Justice League universe. That's going to be a fucking massive failure, in my opinion. I'm not dissing DC, but that will be, it can't work in my eyes. It's just, especially the way they go with Man of Steel and The Dark Knight, DC had just never been one for this, if you know what I mean. But that's just my opinion. But this video isn't about that. I may talk about that in a different video once I've seen Man of Steel. Maybe it'll work out. But anyway, guys, that's the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Comment with your thoughts and who you think should be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all that good shit. I will see you guys next time.